Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. We're going to be starting a new episode of Sailor Moon Crystal, Act 35, Infinity Labyrinth Part 2. That was an informative episode. Yeah, it was a lot to really think about. I think since we're getting near the end of the arc, we're getting so much information that it's just like, it feels like it's all piling in on us. You know, we sort of got a backstory to the professor and everything, and it sort of really explained where he was coming from, and in truth, it may not even be Hotaru's father anymore, which is actually really interesting. Because we see that he himself ingested one of those eggs? Or a daemon egg? I don't know how. I hear them say it in Japanese. I don't know how it's really pronounced in English, but he swallowed a daemon egg himself. So does that mean he himself was taken over? You know, it's just these things that you question. Is like, this whole time that we've known the father, has it really been Professor Tomoe, or is it something that's inside of him that's sort of manifested over the years and sort of taken control over the body? Sort of like how Mistress 9 was in the body and just emerged. I find it really interesting, and it's just so much that we're learning right now that is like, oh my god, this explains this, or that explains that, and it's just, oh my god. It's like, you get real realization moments, and you also get a bit more questions than answers. Personally, I want to be the believer and think that not everything that we've seen of Professor Tomoe has been Professor Tomoe. I'm seriously leaning towards the fact that it's an entirely different entity that's taken over him, and it's been controlling him since he, swallowed that egg. But yeah, it's just so interesting to think about it, and I don't know where else to go with that. It's just, I want to be the believer. I'm like Sailor Moon, I want to believe in everyone. But then again, you have to wonder how much of it was the egg and how much of it was Professor Tomoe. And, it just really makes you think about it, and I don't know what all there is to say about it. I just know what I see, in the manga and in the TV, on the TV show, and, what I read online. So, yeah, that's my take on the professor. Yeah, so, apart from the professor, there's not a lot else I was really going to talk about. I mean, we sort of figure out how Hotaru, became impregnated with Mistress 9, and we find out that, I always thought the assistant was from the other planet, along with the Witch's 5. I thought they just came from the other planet. I didn't know they were well, I mean, the assistant, she was human. She was the actual assistant to Professor Tomoe when he was about to do the operation on Hotaru, and she was the first one attacked, and fuck, he created the Witch's 5. That's interesting. And so it's just really interesting to, learn all this backstory stuff, and yes, I know it is in the manga. I honestly have not read this part of the manga, more than more than twice. So I don't know it as well as I know the first two arcs. The first two arcs I know off the back of my hand how they go. The last three I'm not so good on. If I were to relate this arc to anything, it would be the original series, because that's where I know most of it from, and I think I've been doing that a lot with comparing Professor Tomoe from this arc, this series, to Professor Tomoe from the original series, and holy hell, they're like two different people. I don't know, I mean, yeah. They're completely different people, and I mean, at least in the original one, he had, you know, he was able to redeem himself at the end, and, you know, he got little baby Hotaru. But this guy is just like, you don't want him to be redeemed. You want the scouts to beat him. It's just interesting to, like, really see the difference in how they change characters in the original series. And, you know, I've already said this about Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, and now Professor Tomoe, so they really did change characters a lot, and I think the biggest one they changed was Sailor Moon, personally, because in all those seasons, she's a giant crybaby. She has a bit of crybaby for the last, like, in like any of these, you know, okay, yeah, she's a worrywart, but, I mean, she worries because she cares for her friends and everything, and they're like her family. And we learn in this one that she's actually scared of being left alone, like, you know, if she were to lose her friends or anyone she cares about, she would hurt deeply on the inside. And I honestly think that's, you know, one of the reasons why she cares so much for them is because she's scared of losing them. So, I mean, it's just really great insight into Sailor Moon. I know I kind of just jumped sharks there. But a lot of this is just really intertwined with each other. You really, like, you just really need to sit down and watch it. And I swear, after the last episode, I'm going to sit, watch all the episodes back to back. I'm going to tell you guys what I think of the full season in total, because I think that's what I need to do for this. But that's for the future, and right now we're talking about this chapter. Okay, and I have the book in my hands, because, you know, why not? Yeah. It's just in case I forget what I need to talk about. So I think the other thing I really want to talk about for this one is when we see that Chibiusa is inside Mistress 9, like, we get glimpses that Hotaru's in there, but we didn't fully see her until this episode. But we knew that Hotaru was still inside Mistress 9. We could figure that much out. But we saw Chibiusa in there. And we saw that Hotaru was protecting Chibiusa and sort of stopping Mistress 9 from accessing the power of the legendary Silver Crystal. And I'm just like, oh, that's so cute. I love their relationship together. I wouldn't put them more than friends. Nope, sorry. Sorry for all of you guys who ship Hotaru and Chibiusa. I just see them more as friends. But I really love how protective Hotaru is of Chibiusa. And it really does show that they had this amazing friendship, and I can't wait to see their friendship come back together in the later arcs when the outer senshis come back to join the inner senshis, and I just hope they continue with the rest of this, the rest of the arcs in crystal form, because it would just, like, make all the Sailor Moon fans really happy. The relationship shown between the two in this episode, it's just so heart-melting, and I loved it, and I just wanted to hug them both, really. When I see the scene of Chibiusa resting on Hotaru, and Hotaru saying, I promise I'll always protect you. And I just wanted to hug them both. Like, you could not watch the scene and not want to hug them both. So, yeah, that was my Gushi moment. Gushi? One of those two. Well, that's my heartfelt moment of that episode, I think. So, yeah. But yeah, those were some of the main plots that I really liked, and, you know, I always look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about it. Comments, I always look forward to constructive criticism is what I like to hear, unless you want to just tell me that I'm just simply awesome and that, you know, you love my videos as well, like that. You know, that would just make my day. But I mean, you know, if there's something that I'm doing and you're like, you know, maybe you could start doing this and try to work towards that. Constructive criticism. Don't just say you hate my videos. Just constructive criticism. That would be great. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end this video off here. I definitely enjoyed Act 35 of Sailor Moon Crystal. And yeah, I hope you guys had too. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, comment, and share. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!